Hi everyone, this is Ryan Reagan, the founding partner of HKExcel. So if you're watching this video right now, I suppose you're doing your personal statement, right? Because now it's already almost August. It's really time for you to do your personal statement, right? So the thing is, in the past few years, at HKExcel, we have worked with a lot of university personal statement consultants from Oxford, from Cambridge, from these top universities. So we really have an idea about what makes a great personal statement. How do you get into the top university? What kind of personal statements do you need? We have a very clear idea on that. So today I'm going to share with you that idea, and I also want to tell you that we're giving our free personal statement samples to help you guys for free, right? So all you need to do is click in the link in the description and you will get the free personal statement guide. Okay, and there will be samples in it. But in this video, I'm going to explain to you the general framework. And if you want the samples, download the link below. So now, let me start off with my top tips. So we have studied a lot of personal statements that got into Oxford and Cambridge. So we try to look for common patterns, right? So one of them is that there's always a paragraph about personal experiences and how that leads to your passion for the subject, okay? So for example, let's say you want to study to be a doctor. One example you got is that the student talked about how he got injured in football earlier in life, and he really suffered a terrible injury, and he was afraid that he wasn't going to be able to play again. But what happened was that the doctor really helped him, and then that allowed him to play again, and that really helped him to build up his passion to be a doctor. So have a personal story, personal experience, and link that to your passion to explain why you want to study that subject, right? So make sure that the story is compelling. Okay, so again, if you want to see a sample of how students do it, download in the link below. Okay, the next tip is about how you portray your extracurricular activities, right? So obviously, if you want to get into top university, you need relevant extracurriculars. For example, if you want to study law, you should at least have one law internship, right? Or you must at least have participated in the debate team, right? So, but the question is, how do you write about these experiences in your personal statement? So the main thing that a lot of students miss out is that they don't talk about the details and they don't talk about their accomplishments, right? So when you write about your experience, be sure you put in the details. So for example, legal internship, what kind of cases did you work on? What exactly did you do? What did you learn? Okay, you need to write in detail. What did you learn? What was your accomplishments, and what did you do, right? Detail is very important, especially details about what you learned, what you accomplished. This is how you show you really have a passion for the subject. The next point is that a lot of top students in their personal statement, they have a paragraph about their academics. So for example, if you're an IB student, what you learned in the IB, right? The point is that you need to talk about how that subject area in high school, how did that help you to excel in university, right? So for example, if you're trying to study law in university, you could talk about, for example, in English, what do you study in English, what you learned in IB English, and how does that prepare you for law, okay? You need to make that argument, okay? If you're curious how to make it, again, you can download the sample for the details, but the idea is that you have to link what you learned in high school, what you accomplished in your high school studies, and talk about how that prepares you well for university, right? So for example, another example, let's say if you're studying, you want to pursue medicine, you can talk about what you learned in biology, how you have done many experiments and all that kind of stuff, and how that prepares you for your university career in medicine. Finally, final tip is that top students, their personal statement always have a paragraph about extracurriculars, like non-academic related extracurriculars. For example, joining the football team, being in the student council, that sort of experience, okay? So the point here, in that paragraph, I have 3 tips for you. First, you need to pick the most impressive extracurricular, okay? The most impressive. So for example, being the captain of a sports team, being the president of a student council, those are impressive experiences, okay? Try to pick the most impressive one that you have, okay? Then explain your accomplishments, what you accomplished. So for example, let's say if you're a football team captain, you can talk about the trophies you won, the awards you won, and how many years you have been the captain. For example, if you're the student union leader, you can talk about what activities you organized, right? Or how many fellow classmates you managed. What kind of events did you manage? That sort of thing. Explain your accomplishments in detail. Finally, you need to talk about the skills that you have learned. So for example, if you're a football captain, you can talk about how that established your leadership skills, your communication skills, your confidence, that sort of thing. So I hope you find this video useful, and if you really do find it useful, then please, you can download our sample. It will help you even more because there are real examples, personal statement samples that shows you how to write a great personal statement. Okay, so see you next time.